Northwest. We got 3 games, and right now, Seattle and Portland are underway. There's a shot from outside, and quick! Number 11, Dylan Gavazzani, definitely one of the top guys to watch for Seattle.
Gavazzani currently leading the Pacific Northwest with 11 points, 7 goals, 4 assists. Hasn't been nearly as productive as they have been in the past, but it has been pretty decent this season.
Trying to get out to an early, strong start. We got the Cold Snacks in white, and then the Portland Golden Eagles there in dark. They've got the ball in their own zone as they try to work it out. And of course, you'll notice it is damp out there, and that's putting it mildly. The Eagles come in with a shot from the outside that goes wide of Bray. It's been raining all day, and I know it's something that the players were worried about coming into this. We weren't even sure that it was going to happen, but thankfully we are here. Obviously, players' safety is of paramount importance, so we'll keep an eye and make sure that everyone does well to be safe out there while playing some hard hockey. Eric Gentry behind the net swings that one around, but it's picked up by Gavazzani. He's going to walk it out along the right-hand side and gain the zone. Pulls up. Definitely a little bit slower pace than usual on that wet surface. There's a shot low from the outside and turned away by goaltender Nick Adkins, who's had a tremendous season so far. Pushing and shoving. Nothing coming of it, but these teams really don't like each other. There was a headbutting incident the last time they met, so we'll keep an eye on tempers flaring as another shot gloved down and held by Bray.
Well, this weather may be setting the mood for today's game. It's not the first time we've had to deal with some rough weather. We've had that at the Milet Cup, and not surprisingly, these teams trying to find their grip on this rink as to whether it's going to be real slick or if it's going to be rain enough that they will get some grip, as we have talked about last year.
Face-off won by Justin Pinkerton for the Cold Snacks, but they can't control it. The Eagles have a chance towards the net with Bray. Now out along the left-hand side, out of reach. 2 players battling for it. They don't manage to get it out. Seattle takes a shot from outside, bounces harmlessly off the end boards. Nick Abdullah had it, but lost it. And again, gingerly worked out by Portland. And that one will go for icing as he didn't have the center line. It's going to come all the way back.
We're talking about the tile flooring. Last year, we've had a big storm at the Milet Cup. As a reminder, the teams don't seem to mind as much if it rains hard and the water covers the rink. They do get a grip, but if it's more of a drizzle, they will have a harder time trying to keep their feet up.
We'll try to get some reports from Joey Delgado rink side if we can see what that weather is like. Hopefully some updates possibly. In the meantime, Seattle gets it right into the slot with a shot that gets ripped wide. Another one from a bad angle, but a good idea. And Daniel, right now, Seattle looks pretty comfortable.
Well, right now the slow pacing is working to their advantage and seems to be dampening the efforts of the Golden Eagles offense. They have gotten a few opportunities, but have not found anyone to pull the trigger.
Adam Maidman sends that one down into the corner for Abdullah. Swings that one around just out of reach. The Eagles definitely slowed down here. Now, possible chance for a 2-on-1 low. Have to back off. Again, speed really going to be difficult to build up in these conditions. This one bouncing but held at the line and given away. 3-on-2 opportunity and broke it up. Pinkerton has it and he regains the line. And now the Eagles back on the attack. A little bit of a soft pick there to create room. This one bouncing. Good sportsmanship there. No harm, no foul. Here comes Seattle on the left-hand side. Rips a quick shot that goes wide of Adkins. This one coming all the way up the wall. Ryan Nelson collects and sends it. Good job by the Cold Snacks to read that pass and break it up. They change behind the play and get it in along the half wall. Left-hand side. And there's our first spill of our coverage. There have been many in the first couple games leading up to this one. It results in a turnover. Portland gains the zone, takes the shot. Bray turns it aside, paddles it down, and hangs on.
And that's exactly what we've been talking about with the rain. that the teams are going to be forced to play at a slow pace, which is going to hurt, especially with speedy teams. But, so this will be a big test to see how they can do and try to find those lanes in this kind of weather.
Face off one by the Cold Snacks, and Payette sends that one around, but he can't get it clean. Limbacher lost it. Still held in. This one bouncing, and yeah, definitely very ginger movement. Players want to be really careful. Just centering chance! Oh, and fanned on that opportunity. Great scoring chance as that pass found its way threaded all the way through Seattle's defenders. Just missed on that opportunity. Now in deep, Ralph Weeder has to get back to it. Under pressure, and he does. Aaron Good forechecking against him. Eagles bank that one off the wall and get it out. Now they get it in deep. Cold Snacks on it first, though. Seen a couple decent chances here and there, but I got the chance to speak with Salvatore Ippolito of the Cold Snacks, and he reminded us that they've always been close games. There was an overtime game that the Snacks managed to get some points away from Portland. This one, hang on, diving. It went loose, and they score! Cold Snacks break the tie, and these are usually low-scoring affairs, so every goal counts, and there's one as Seattle strikes first.
Aaron Good is going to be feeling good about this. You see, Adkins already down. There is no way he's recovering from that one. Does not see the shot coming. Aaron Good brings us our first goal of the game, and that is going to be his first of the season.
Absolutely a huge opportunity. They take advantage. As I was saying, these are usually very tight, low-scoring affairs. I wonder how much the weather will affect that. But so far, Seattle strikes first. They almost threaded another one right up into the slot. Well defended, sticks down in the lanes and blocking as Portland walks it up the near side wall and gets it down in. Limbacher chasing after this one. Shoveled away by Maidman. Now along the far walls. Almost lost an edge. On balance. And here they come. Seattle gains the line. Gavazzani sends it off. One bouncing into the corner. Pinkerton, first one on it. Rims it around. Gavazzani gets to it first. Back to the point. Held by Maidman. Takes the shot. Blocked. Here we go. Rush. 2-on-1. Eagles take a look. Diving. There's a shot. Oh, and a huge save by Bray. He's still down. Tried to bang that one on the back door. Somehow it stays out, and the Cold Snacks dodge a bullet there. Best scoring chance of the game so far came on that rush for the Eagles as they trail this one 1-0. Early goings here in the first period. Cam Green sends it right up the gut. Tried to feather that one into the corner. There's another shot by Maidman. Lifted out, no icing. Limbacher chasing after this. He's had help from Jamie Hughes, but they can't stop it. Cold Snacks try to walk it out. A little bit of a heavy forecheck there from Portland. And they can't keep the zone. Nice little slide by the defense. That was Jason Almkrantz. Love that. Use the weather to your advantage. And that one, is that going to be a hook? That's going to be a hook, I think. Gavazzani rushes in, though. He's got it one-handed. Tried to slam it, and the net goes flying.
The Eagles want a penalty against Seattle. Let's see. Well, here's the original call. There's the hook. Oh, no, they're saying... Oh, it's a hold. That's what they're arguing about. So they're calling it a hook. Unfortunately, they did not see Unfortunately, they did not see the hold. That's very unfortunate for the Eagles.
I tell you what, watching it live, Daniel, I thought it was a hook by Gentry, but with the advantage of the replay, that was clearly a holding the stick. At the end of the day, though, as a defensive player, you are responsible for what you do with your stick, and if he didn't put it in that position, the penalty couldn't have happened. It's a tough break for them, but now it's an offensive power play for Seattle to try to double it. Their lead, that is. This one rolling back to the point and sent back by Payette. Adam Doucette and Payette playing catch along the point as that one sends down to Adkins. Just the first penalty in this game, and Portland is prone to taking quite a lot of them. They do like to play a more physical game. We'll see if that plays into Seattle's advantage here. As they take a booming shot that gets blocked. Thought about maybe the shorthanded rush. Now they just back them off. Bouncer into the zone. Williamson has it. Just going to kill the clock a little bit. Ray forces to push that one out. And here comes Seattle. Still on the power play. We've got a 1-0 lead and another player on the deck. This time it was Doucette. Abdullah rims it around. Come all the way back to the point. Payette on the backhand for Doucette. From the blue line, Doucette wires one. Another Portland player down. Stick goes flying. Ball bouncing, and that one didn't miss by much in front. Chopped at by Seattle. That was a swing and a miss there by Dan Dalala. He's got 9 points on the season coming into today's action. They change up here. Still on the power play for just a little bit longer. Back down into the zone, and Drew Hancherick picks it up. He's one of Portland's goal scorers as well. He's got 4 on the season coming into today. And now on a little bit of a rush, as I believe we are at even strength. Eagles have it in the corner. Ryan Nelson under pressure. Stick's getting high. Again, watch out for that stick management. You don't want to take an errant penalty in this one, but so far the special teams battle goes to Portland as they have that kill under their belt here. Late stages of the first period. On the right-hand side, gets around the defender. Sends that one in front. He beat Abdullah. Old Snacks break back out. Gain the line. Drop pass. Shot banks off the boards. Chasing after this one is Corey Schellist. Nice pass down below. Distance closed quickly by Portland, though, as they work to try to get this one out. Lots of pressure from Seattle. And this is going to be another icing.
Well, this power play has pretty much shown us how much the rain has affected the rink. Couldn't even get a full-on shot because he lost his footing. So that rain is not at a heavy enough pace that it coats the rink, which is going to force these teams to play at a slow pace.
We'll definitely keep an eye on that as the afternoon develops. Here, just the first of our 3 games that we're covering. A steady but light rain here on Bainbridge Island at Battle Point Park, just outside of Seattle. Love down and whoa! More pushing and shoving, and here we go!
Trying to get in there. And they'll break it up, and cooler heads will prevail. Let's see what started this. It was a slash. It happened before that. I think it had to do with the extra attempt after the attempted cover-up. It's a case of Eric Gentry standing up for his goalie. And you see number 17, Drew Hancherick, also getting in there.
Trying to keep the peace a little bit. Again, we'll watch and see as tempers do or do not flare as this game carries on. They have a history. These teams don't like each other. Cold Snacks have won the division the last 2 years as the horn sounds to end the period.
Trying to look for their technically third appearance, as they did not appear in the 2022 Milet Cup.
That's one of the challenges logistically of being so far from Marlton here in the Pacific Northwest. But it's great to see the National Ball Hockey League really stretching its borders, as you've got teams as far west as Portland and Seattle, and of course now you've got teams in Florida and all over Texas, Carolina. So it's great to see the league just continues to grow and truly become this national force. As we start the second period, there's a quick shot from a tough angle, but a good look for the Cold Snacks, and it ends up and out of play.
The Cold Snacks continuing to control offense. It's a wide angle shot. Atkins doing what he's supposed to do, seal up the near post, take away any kind of space, just nothing to work with, and they will take a neutral zone draw.
Face off in the offensive end for the Cold Snacks. That ball pops up, gloved down by the Eagles, and under a lot of pressure. Ball straight to Seattle, and that one again on Vincent Payette's stick. This ball bouncing, Eagles looking to try to get more balls on the net and really test Brad Bray. And right now, though, they're just having trouble possessing. Seattle tries to break out again, and normally, when they're playing in Portland, they do have one of the smallest rinks in the entire NBHL, whereas here at Battle Point Park, it's one of the biggest. So watching this team rivalry go back and forth, home ice actually really has a lot to do with it. Generally speaking, the Snacks are the more skilled team in that sense, and the Eagles like to play a much tougher, much more physical game. But again, with the weather, all bets are off here as we take a look at this replay.
Just a simple wrist shot from the right circle. The Eagles have got to have a little discussion. They got to make a major overhaul to their strategy. Again, they're not used to playing in such a slow pace. They got no choice but to work with it. So they got to plan something out on the bench.
Well, so far they've got the lead. Aaron Good forechecking behind the net, and he was the one to get the goal in that first period. Vincent Payette trying to keep it in and can't, and that ball comes all the way out, but it's out of the reach of the Golden Eagles. Coming all the way back to defend. Cold Snacks pick it up. Payette plays that one quickly off the wall and up for Schellist. They gain the line. That one on net. Gloved but not held. Good job by Atkins to keep it going. I think Seattle was expecting a stoppage, but they don't clear. Back down into the corner. Schellist has to turn and go. He picks it up, though. Good body position. Didn't like the pass into the slot. Still has it. All the way back up to the point. Back for Payette, who takes a shot. A little bit of a screen in front of Atkins. Good idea. Good picks it up behind the net. Nice little fake. Bounces it off the wall. They want the slot. The Eagles doing a good job of covering. There's another shot. They score! And it's Gavazzani! And it's 2-0!
Gavazzani once again adding to his tally, his 8th goal of the season, putting him up to 12 points. It was everyone's attention was to the low slot, but Gavazzani fighting through a couple of defensemen. There was just such a space to the far post. He saw that, and even with a little bit of a slip at the end, gets the Cold Snacks a 2-goal lead.
Building on that from the first period, in Seattle really trying to take advantage of the action. Again, this is one of those divisions where they only meet once a month. 4 teams in the division, everyone plays everyone. So they'll be up to 9 games apiece by the end of today's action, and like you were alluding to, separated by just a couple points coming into today. The Eagles going 5-1-0-0 in their first 6. Seattle going 4-0-1-1, managing to steal the only points up to today that any of the teams had been able to get from the Golden Eagles. But a win here would really start to tip the scales in the Cold Snacks' advantage. They win the face-off in their own end. Comes down, not all the way down, a little bit of a slide. Managed to keep playing it, though. Good job. Tried to punch it back in. Players seem like they're getting a little bit more comfortable in these adverse conditions. Obviously not perfect, but you play with what you got. That's what happens when you're outdoors. Adam Maidman works that one up the wall. Another player hits the deck. 2-on-1 now. Gold Snack center. There's a shot. Huge save by Atkins. Rob Salvatore Ippolito, who almost made it 3-0. They still have the ball, though. Ippolito sends it behind the net. Tried to set that one up in front for Pinkerton, and they score! 3-0 Seattle.
This is another example of the weather coming into play here. Look at the high slot. Justin Pinkerton leaves himself open, but you notice that leading up to that, the turnover was because of the slick rink. Develops into a turnover, and just the Eagles unable to pick up on the high slot, and the Cold Snacks up 3-0.
Eagles making a change behind the play here. As you see the clock just below 9 minutes. It's 3-0. Seattle on top here in the second period. We were expecting this to be a pretty tight affair, but from the beginning, Seattle has looked like the better team. So Portland needs to find a spark here, as they just have not had very many opportunities. Right now, they're struggling to get out of their own end. That one comes all the way up to the red line, held in by Payette. Nice job there, and Doucette gets it in deep. They've been on the blue line a lot for Seattle. Nick Abdullah lost it in the corner. Chasing after this one is Cam Green. Comes up and out. Now Ryan Nelson works it out for Portland. Nice little pass along the side. Dish for France. He gets it in deep. Up for Nelson. They try that nice little play, give and go down low. Banks that one off the outside. Tried to center. Came all the way back up to the point, still controlled. This is a good response shift by Portland. The sort of thing you want after giving up a goal. Back down into the corner. Nelson kicks it up the wall. No looker, gives it away. 2-on-1, maybe more. Nice job getting back as Williamson in front. Oh, what a save by Adkins. Stretching out, got the blocker on it. Now in the slot, it's loose. Shot, save again, digging away. Backhander and the net goes off.
The Eagles desperately needed something here. Here's a shot. Oh, did he even get all of that? It just bounced right into the corner. But in any case, they try to get the follow-up. A couple of slips, point blank, 2 Snacks right in front. Atkins has been looking for those stops all game long, and just at least tried to give the Eagles some breathing room.
If you're Portland, you definitely want to try to build something off of that defensive effort. Your goalie fighting to keep you in this one. Seattle wins the faceoff. They play catch along the point. Here come the Golden Eagles. Another player on the deck. That time it was Limbacher.
Good.
But Portland comes in. They've got 4 players deep. Takes a look. In front. Well defended there. Good stick by Maidman to help clear it. And now here comes Seattle. Flipped ahead. Picked up by Green. Cam Green takes a look. He's got Good with him. In front for Good. That one just bouncing off his stick. Here comes Portland again. And they are going to attack with 4. That seems to be the plan from here on out. They're sending almost the whole team, as that one ends up all the way down for an icing.
It's a double-edged sword, but if you think about it, they haven't been getting any kind of speed on this rink. So to compensate for it, they're sending an extra attacker down low so they at least have another option down there. But of course, by doing that, you're making your blue line weaker. But with them being down by 3, they're willing to take that risk.
I like it. I like to see that sort of strategic change in game plan early. It's not pushing the panic button, but it's saying, hey guys, we need something to spark us, and we're not going to wait until the third period. We're not going to wait until it becomes a laugher at 5-0 or 6-0. They're going to make adjustments. I like seeing that. We'll see if it pays off. This one ends up deep, and Adkins paddles that one aside into the corner, picked up there by Weeder. Ralph Weeder behind the net. Sails that one through. Ends up along the near side. Forced to defend. That one, Spencer Berg. Now played ahead for Shellist. Dishes across. First one there is Gavazzani. He gets double coverage, and he has to whip it down into the corner. Back for Shellist. Across for Gavazzani! He scores!
Oh, hang on. A bit of chirping here. And the refs immediately shutting it down. But Gavazzani, again, sees an opening, just rushes right in with the defenseman trailing and just picks the right side. I don't know what was said afterwards, but clearly the Eagles not happy about it, or maybe because that they didn't like him going across the goalie crease after the fact. Who knows?
Or it could be that they're down 4-0. I think that might have something to do with them being a little upset. 3:24 left to go in the period, and this is a position that the Eagles have not seen themselves in up to this season. Again, it's just one week of action, one set of games, and in such a small division, you know, in some ways, the Milet Cup is still wide open for these teams as they come in offside. But I think it just adds fuel to the fire of this rivalry, especially with the Cold Snacks getting the best of them in the playoffs up to this point. Face off won by the Eagles, and they come in again. Ryan Nelson back to the point. That one bouncing. Didn't get all of it. A little bit of a heel, forced to run back. Well, Ralph Weeder. He sends it ahead for Williamson. Weeder has it and takes a look. Now they're back to having 3 players on the blue line. Let's see. Back for Weeder. Now they're getting some player movement. Looks like, is this a power play? There may have been a minor that was assessed after that goal situation there, Daniel. We'll see.
1, 2, 3,
I only
4.
see... So yeah, this is a power play for the Eagles, so whatever pushing and shoving happened after that 4th goal resulted in a minor for the Cold Snacks and Portland's first power play opportunity of this game. But they're really struggling to get the ball to the net. Weeder slows things down. They do gain the line. Far side, flips that one forward. Pushed away by Bray. And that one out of play.
Yeah, I would have to think it's Gavazzani in the box. If I had to take a guess on sportsmanlike conduct, whatever was said afterward, the refs are trying to put a cap on it. It has been simmering for much of this game.
Well, you certainly don't mind seeing players playing physical and having a heated rivalry, but when conditions are like this, great shot by Weeder, goes wide, but a good look there with the screen. When conditions are like this and player safety really becomes paramount, you want to try to make sure that things don't get out of hand. Something really bad could happen on an otherwise seemingly harmless play. As another Portland player hits the deck, he gets right back up and plays it. It's Jason Almkrantz again. Hughes works it up the wall for Weeder, who takes a shot off the net. Ray comes down to make sure that one bouncing. That was dangerous. Flipped out, and here they come. I think we might be even strength here on this 3-on-2 rush. Tic-tac-toe, sliding on that one. Either blocked or saved. Either way, it stays out. Second chance and held. No, not held. Stopped by Atkins. He looked hurt when he went down there. Wild sequence as the Cold Snacks really trying to pour it on. Stopped and batted away as the period ends. For him and for the Eagles this season, definitely facing the most adversity they've had so far. They play again right after this against the Pilots as well, which is another reason why we want to keep an eye on Atkins to see if there is any sort of injury issue that may carry over into their third and final game this afternoon. Third period is underway. Spencer Berg picks it up for his team. Tried to get it out, and they can't. Portland shutting off the top of the zone. That one just out of reach. That one is going to go for icing as Nick Abdullah couldn't get a stick on it, and it's going to come all the way back for an offensive zone faceoff for Portland.
A much needed one for the Eagles too, but with that clock, house rule in the Pacific Northwest, the clock is running. It starts at 15 minutes instead of the usual 10, but any kind of offensive draw they can get, they absolutely need it here.
They win the faceoff and almost immediately give it away. Now they have backhand feed down into the corner. Looked good, didn't do a lot. That one bouncing dangerously in front of the crease, and they score! Oh, what a wild one, and that's exactly what Portland needed to get back into this game. It's 4-1.
Adam Maidman was trying to clear it out. Is this going to be an own goal, or did an Eagle get on top of it? It was thrown in front of the crease. Let's see if we can go frame by frame. Let's see. Oh, I think it did go off of Thomas Danny. It may go to him.
What a weird sequence, but exactly the thing that Portland needed. And we're going to see some interest here coming into the third. It's 4-1 now. And that one goes down for icing, but sometimes you need a weird break like that to get your team into things. They have been struggling early in this game, but now they're on the board.
But they need to keep their feet to the accelerator. They need to keep attacking here. Even with this weather on the rink, they absolutely need to keep that ball moving.
Back to the point, Doucette whips it down deep. One center wouldn't know, Doucette bouncing it again. Tried the same play, didn't work the first time, didn't work the second time. Jesse Pattison tries to get it out, and they get stifled on the rush. Give and go, shot, Adkins, save and held.
And if this were in any other rink, this would be a good thing for the Eagles because it would stop the clock, but because it's a running clock here, it's not the best case scenario, but if you have to, you have to.
Right back underway here, third period. Cold Snacks have it again in the offensive zone, and it's Dandalala. He wins the battle on the board, sends it across. Now on the backhander, Adkins! A circus save by Nick Adkins, robbing Salvatore Ippolito.
He's been wanting a lot more of those this game with how the first two periods have gone for the Eagles. He's already down, and he's focusing on keeping that ball underneath him. It was underneath his pad, but gets the whistle just in time.
Make him any way you can at this point. There's another chance in front. Shot! Blocked! Another stop on Ippolito. Comes all the way back for Payette. And they get it right back in. Here come the Cold Snacks in waves. Funnels that one, just goes for the shot pass, comes back out, scores! They finally get it after push and push and push on that shift. And it's 5-1 Seattle.
Salvatore Ippolito will get the goal here. And this was another case of the slick rink coming into effect. There was a defenseman up in front, but he saw that he lost traction right there. Slipped right by the goalie, and Ippolito is going to get goal number 2 for the season.
That's a huge goal for the Cold Snacks, and man, Nick Adkins is frustrated. This has not gone the way that he wanted. It's not gone the way his team has wanted. And we're not done. Still early stages of the third period. But 2 regulation losses in their first 2 games for the Golden Eagles could really shake up the standings here. Not over yet, but a 4-goal deficit in the third period is difficult to come up against. Made man sends that one up for Gavazzani, who whips that one across on the left wing side. Cold Snacks break in. Flips that one back to the high slot. It's out of reach. Gavazzani gets it though, and they keep it alive. From the circle, a shot that gets blocked in feet. Back out to the point and sent out of play.
Going back to the previous goal, I wonder if that inadvertent slip by the defenseman caused a partial screen onto Atkins. He's already had struggles today, and it doesn't really help if you have your vision partially blocked, especially if it was inadvertent.
Well, things just have not gone their way today. They did get that one bouncer of a goal, but most of the bounces have gone against them as there's another shot! And that didn't miss by much. Gavazzani trying to add to his totals. Schellist. There's another shot by Gavazzani. And save.
But this game, again, I more attribute to the weather here as the Eagles just unable to perform at full strength. They need to implement speed into the game, but that's not an option here. So this is going to put into a big question going into playoffs when the time comes.
This one comes all the way back into the Seattle zone. Berg plays that one across. Somehow Seattle seems pretty comfortable. I say they seem comfortable as you just watch Aaron Good slide a good 25 feet on his knees. But generally speaking, the Cold Snacks looking pretty okay here in these adverse conditions on their home rink. Down into the corner for Berg. And they break it back out. Dish back for Gavazzani.
Good.
He gains the line awkwardly, but gains the line nonetheless. Has Good at the point. Now they move players around in front. Takes a look, scores! And not just the goal there from Schellist, but you see the frustration. Ralph Weeder giving it to his team.
Yeah, he was unhappy that there was no one helping him out in front. Saw Corey Schleslet just sitting there point blank. Absolutely no one on top of him. And that is what Atkins is upset about. And he... But...
That is just not the way you want to see things go if you're Portland. Aside from the goal, frustration seeping in at all levels across the bench, and they've got one more game. There's a shot by Weeder, and blocked. Still not over. Back up along the near side. Nelson kept it alive. Thought about going towards the slot, but decided against it. Now it's Almkrantz. Keeps it alive. Nice job there. Back down for Nelson. And controlled by Seattle with a little bit of speed. They gain it in. Abdullah feathers one. Gets blocked and now down into the corner. Golden Eagles now showing a little bit of their own speed. Picked up awkwardly by Weeder on his backhand, but he's still got it. Near side, under pressure, runs it up the wall for Nelson. Nelson kicks it right into the slot, and they can't get the shot away as that one just rolling.
Penalty against the Cold Snacks. It's going to be a Dan Dalala with a slash. It may be too little too late for the Eagles with how much time's left and the 5-goal gap. It's just been a miserable day for them.
We'll see if they can do anything here to get back into it, but there's just not a lot of time left to overcome a 5-goal deficit.
And not the way they wanted to start it, a hand pass.
Definitely the wind out of the sails of the Eagles. There's Ralph Weeder back to pick it up. He's still got some spark in his game. You'd love to see that from his teammates. He's backed off all the way into his end after picking that one up. Thomas Danny got the lone goal for the Golden Eagles. They try to get set up here. Trouble getting in deep, and another player goes down doing a partial split. He was slow to get back to his feet. Cold Snacks on it first. It's good. And that one just right back into Weeder's hands. Now along the near side. Pattison gives it away. No one home. You see Weeder hanging his head as he's forced to come all the way back. Sliding again. You said it, Daniel. Just nothing really going their way. Now they gain the zone. It's Danny. Takes the shot. Tried to actually pass that one across crease. More players falling. Portland player ended up in the net. No harm, no foul. We play on. There's a shot and a goal. No, wait. That was a save. Oh, my. Pattison got robbed.
Let's play that back here. A 6x4. Where is that ball going? And got the... Did he get the blocker then, glove? That... Oh, he got his forehead. That... Do I even need to say it? Yankee Doodle Dandy save.
A huge stop here. 3 minutes to go in the third period. But, man... What a save by Brad Bray, just showing that, hey, just because we have a 5-goal lead doesn't mean that I take some minutes off. Great job by their goaltender. On the far side. They offside there?
Yeah, that was offside. It's coming back. So it's a...
Even...
Pretty dominant game by the Cold Snacks, but the main question that will come out of this game is, had this been sunny weather, would we have the same game?
Or even just in Portland on their home rink. Who's to say? There's no point in speculating because what we have in front of us is what we have, and this is going to be a decisive victory for the Cold Snacks. Here come the Golden Eagles. It's not over yet. And more jawing. And another whistle, maybe another penalty.
It will be going against Seattle. See who they're getting here. It's going to be Maidman. Let's see what happens. So on the top of your screen, and a shoulder check into the boards. I mean, I think that if that were any other day, that would be okay, but in this kind of weather, that's a little too dangerous.
I think the weather, I think the game state, I think the teams all factor into it a little bit here. So the Golden Eagles are going to go right back to the power play. They've come up empty in their first couple chances. Not a ton of time left. This one pretty much academic. We are in less with a minute. Still rolling here, like you said, Daniel. But that was an Eagles pass, or an attempted pass, so it will go for icing, as this one is pretty much done. Now, that being said, both of these teams still have one more game to play today. So again, if I'm the Pacific Pilots, I am not really looking forward to running into a very annoyed and frustrated Golden Eagles, which is coming up right next. And then, stay with us for our last game at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, as it's the Cold Snacks and the Burnside Bears. We already said the Bears gave the Golden Eagles their first loss in regulation this season earlier today, this morning, in fact. So we'll have 2 more games for you as the horn sounds and the Seattle